The Raptors finally tipped off their summer league play, which means we finally got to see Scottie Barnes play in a Toronto Raptors jersey, and he did not disappoint, putting up an unreal stat line against the New York Knicks. So in this video, we're going to break down what we saw from the summer league game, but also we're going to talk about why some people were wrong about Scottie Barnes. Let's get into it. Welcome NBA and Raptors fans to Amateur Hour Sports. This is a channel where you get NBA content with a focus on the Toronto Raptors at least 4 days a week. That is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. This is your Monday episode. We are talking about the Summer League performances, and we're going to put a bit of a focus on Scottie Barnes. So if you like what you see from today's video and you want more of myself talking about the NBA and the Raptors and videos and content just like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below to show your support to the channel on a road to 6,000 subscribers. You can help us get there by subscribing. It would really mean a lot. If you want more NBA content as well, we do Twitch streams every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, twitch.tv/amateurhoursports. But let's get down to business for today. We're talking about that Summer League game. We're focusing in on Scottie Barnes because Scottie Barnes was fantastic in this Summer League game, as was Malachi Flynn. The Toronto Raptors put on a good performance, and they win 89-79. It was the first chance for us to see a lot of different guys in a Toronto Raptors jersey because, you know, we saw Delano Banton, a second-round pick, David Johnson, another one of our second-round picks. We saw one of our new guys, Ishmael Wainwright, and plus some other guys play for the Raptors for the very first time. And this is really a showcase of, you know, what they did over the offseason to make themselves better. And, you know, we are going to take it for what it is. This is a summer league game. We're playing against teams that are not putting out their best players, and neither are we. But you can really see what players are trying to work on, at least. You know, something they're putting in an effort to amend, something they're doing to make themselves better, to get themselves in a position to make the NBA roster. Because there's a lot of these guys on this team who are not guaranteed spots on the Toronto Raptors. Maybe not even guaranteed spots on the Raptors 905. So they are working for that here, and it's nice to see the work that they are putting in. It would also showcase the sort of talent that we are going to see with Scottie Barnes, because we've been told that for Scottie Barnes, he's been working on a lot of things since his season was Florida State finished, and that the player we saw in college is not the player that we are going to see with the Toronto Raptors. And, you know, first of all, the showcase was great. Scottie Barnes put up 18 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals in his Summer League debut, and he looked solid. And the defense was definitely something that was there. The Raptors deployed this sort of zone system where Scottie Barnes was at the top of a 3-2 zone and right in the middle. So he's the first point of contact for the offensive team. The point guard carries it up the court. They run into 6'8", 6'9" with 7'3" wingspan. Scottie Barnes disrupt the whole scene. There's one really good clip where Scottie Barnes gets a steal and then he dives the ball while he's on the ground, makes a good pass, ends up being an assist for himself. That's just kind of the character and the player that Scottie Barnes is, willing to go fight for those tough plays and the instincts, you know, to hit the ground and make the pass. And obviously, you know, take it for what it is. Again, that's a great stat line, but this is Summer League. But for Raptors fans, we needed to see a good performance like this to set the tone for Scottie Barnes. Now, obviously, it is only one game, but we were very much happy to see what Scottie Barnes produced here. In terms of his defense, we saw his ability to play in his zone. We saw his ability to play man-to-man. You know, he disrupts scenes with those quick hands. He is good at getting steals, and it just bodes well for how they want to use him, because the Raptors are trying to build a team of a lot of different guys who are, you know, 6'8", 6'9", two-way wings, great on defense, athletic, and putting in Scottie Barnes in a zone defense with OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, and probably Precious Achiuwa. Like, that's just such a long lineup. It's going to be very difficult to combat them, you know, as an offensive team going against that defense. So we know the defense is there, but what did he produce offensively that would make us happy? Well, the 18 points is quite nice here for Scottie Barnes. Now, people will say, not the most efficient shooting performance here, 7 for 18 from the field, and I will agree that it wasn't the most efficient performance, but, you know, 1 for 4 from threes. This showcases that he's willing to try things, and Summer League is all about trying things and getting your reps in and getting yourself ready for the season. So I want my guys to have that, you know, unconscious shooting type of night. You know, they're going to shoot everything. And Malachi Flynn fully displayed that as well, because Malachi Flynn absolutely balled out with 23 points and 6 rebounds, 4 for 5 shooting from 3. He was taking on these shooting opportunities with confidence. Scottie Barnes was taking on these shooting opportunities with confidence. He was attacking the rim. And if you left him open, he was willing to take on the threes. And he did, in fact, hit a 3. Only 1 for 4 from 3. But I want to see these guys getting their reps in, getting themselves ready. This is only the first game, and I was very pleased with what I saw from both of these players here. You know, shout out to Malachi Flynn, shout out to Scottie Barnes, 100% for sure. So Malachi Flynn, let's touch a little bit on him. This guy was just pulling up from everywhere. He really got that confidence going throughout the game. And I felt like that was something that he was missing early on in the previous NBA season, which ultimately led to him going down to the 905, where you had to build up that confidence again. You really got to see the ball go in the basket a bunch of times just to get that in your mindset, get that confidence in your mindset. And my goodness, was this a good start for Malachi Flynn here, shooting from everywhere. Guys were like hand right in his face, pulling up over them in mid-range from three, and when he had to, he could also attack the rim. I was very happy with that from Malachi Flynn. Hopefully that will carry on into future Summer League games as well as into the NBA season, and the same is going to be said about Scottie Barnes. And the title, the thumbnail, everything, Scottie Barnes did not prove people wrong with yesterday's performance. I think he showcased what his talent is, what his skill set is, and he showcased a little bit about why the Raptors drafted him. He's lengthy, he can ball handle, he can play make, he's got good instincts, and he's a hard worker. He's a dog on the court. That's why the Raptors drafted him, and he showcased that talent. But, to have one performance in Summer League, putting up 18 for 10 on 39% shooting, that's nothing insane. That's great start. What people were wrong about here, what I was particularly wrong about for Scottie Barnes is, Scottie Barnes drafted at number 4. Everybody called this this insane reach. And, for a guy who was going to go top 6 no matter what, that's a little bit of an unfair comment because most reports indicate that OKC wanted Scottie Barnes. And a lot of the mock drafts, especially from ESPN, Adrian Wojnarowski, the guy who knows everything, right before the draft, were indicating that Orlando had a big interest in Scottie Barnes as well. So the Raptors, who took him at 4, they tried to trade down, but the reason they could not trade down is because OKC wanted Barnes. And if OKC moved up to 4, they would have taken Scottie Barnes. So we couldn't trade down with OKC because the Raptors were set on taking Scottie Barnes. When it comes to Orlando, even if they didn't want Barnes, they wanted Suggs. So trading up with the Raptors didn't make any sense because if the Raptors went to 5, Orlando gets Suggs, but they would have gotten Suggs in the 5th position anyway. So the Raptors had no choice. They established that Scottie Barnes was their man, and they took Scottie Barnes 4th overall. Now, would they have taken Scottie Barnes 5th or 6th? They could have. Yes, they would have made a trade to move down in the draft to take their guy there, but it was not possible. The Raptors identified that this was their player. This was the style of player that they wanted their coaching staff and their development team to work with for the foreseeable future. And they decided that that was the guy they wanted to take. So be it if maybe people didn't have him at 4th overall. They don't really care about the noise. They took their guy that they're confident in taking. And I was really wrong about this because, I always liked Scottie, okay? I didn't want Scottie over Suggs. I will admit, I really did not want to take Scottie Barnes over Jalen Suggs because I was in the mindset, I understand. If this is your guy, I completely understand in taking Scottie Barnes, but trade down. Don't reach up from at 4th. But now, we're gaining this understanding that trading down wasn't really an option. And when we took him, I was a bit shocked, but as a kind of process, I think myself and a lot of Raptors fans for that matter really grew on to the idea of Scottie Barnes getting drafted by the Raptors, and we are starting to really fall in love with this player. His personality over anything, the fact that he's just this lively player that we can follow through the offseason, and he's going to bring that energy to the court and bring that energy to the locker room, and I think it's going to be beneficial to the rest of the team to have a guy like that in there. But not to mention the fact, all this playing that we saw shades of why the Raptors drafted him with that first Summer League performance. Is that definitive for the player? Absolutely not. It's one Summer League game. We're not going to draw to too many conclusions, but what we are wrong about is the trade down aspect of the draft, and we can understand why the Raptors made the decision to take this player in the 4th overall position. What we can get from this Summer League game is that Malachi Flynn is looking sharp, and he's looking like he's ready to take on a bigger role with the Toronto Raptors this season. What we saw for Scottie Barnes is a very promising debut in a Raptors jersey, where we got shades of the reasoning behind this Toronto Raptors pick. The wingspan, the defense, the ability to play in his zone, the ability to defend multiple positions, to ball handle at that great height. He can get to the rim, and if the shooting stroke isn't there yet, it is absolutely coming, because based on what we saw in that game, shooting mechanics looked pretty good to me. They looked fine to me. The shots just got to start falling down. 1 for 4 isn't bad. It's good to get that one out of the way, get that confidence going, and we'll see how we can progress through the rest of the Summer League. Let's not jump to insane conclusions, but we're happy with where we're at. much work still to do. So what did you guys make of this Summer League game? Who are you impressed with? Who are you not impressed with? What in particular I was not impressed with, by the way, was Freddie Gillespie, so hopefully he can bounce back. But I want to hear all of your thoughts and opinions about it in the comments down below, because that wraps up for me for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are, so be sure to hit that like button, smash the like button for the start of NBA Summer League. I'm very excited to see these guys come up in Raptors uniforms. It really goes a long way to helping support the channel. When you like the videos, it helps us with that YouTube algorithm to help us reach some new viewers for the channel. You can also check out our Twitch, twitch.tv/amateurhoursports, where we're going to start doing some watch alongs for these Summer League games, but we always keep it locked with that NBA content on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So 7 days a week, you can have Amateur Hour Sports Raptors content. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel on a road to 6,000 subscribers. You can help us get there by subscribing. Thank you so much for the 5K. Tomorrow on stream, we shave my head to celebrate. Link is in the description. Make sure you are there. 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Other videos by the channel you may enjoy. And always remember, at the end of the day, believe what I say. And if you disagree, that is okay. We'll see you again next time for another video.